The example of poor communication skills is what I just said now, that you lack the expertise, the skills to communicate effectively to people.
Yeah.
If they are unable to understand you, maybe because you lack vocabulary or you find it difficult to make people, whatever you say,
or you don't know what to say,
how to say it. So that is verbal communication there.
Yeah.
The second one, some people may be poor listeners and may switch off during the communication process. Some people are poor listeners. They switch off, like they lost concentration in the course of getting the information. So before you know it, they've switched off.
How?
They think more about other things. They move away. Their mind is not always going to be with you. Their mind is not always going to be with the sender.
So
you don't get it?
Yeah, I don't get
like
it.
I'm explaining things to you now, and you switched off. Instead of you to be here, you lost your concentration. Your mind is somewhere else.
Yeah.
So this will not bring effective communication. It's a barrier. It's a problem.
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, you lost track.
I was focusing on other things that.
So
I was distracted on other things. I never heard what you're saying.
So you losing track of what I'm saying is a poor communication. Clear. The third one. Written message may contain poor spelling or weak grammar, errors that can make a message appear untrustworthy. So when it is written message, your spellings might be poor. Like you want to write tractor, you wrote tractor.
Yeah, so I'm saying then I'm spell things
wrongly. So that means I'll
poor mails and poor letters.
So this will mean that you won't be able to understand the right information, and that's poor. Clear?
Yeah, I will make poor written communication.
The next one, sending messages in anger. So when you are passing information because you are angry, and at the same time wanting to pass information, you might not be passing the right information because of your reaction.
Why?
You are angry and you need to make a call.
I cannot control myself.
Yes. So anger would make you to miscommunicate, which is not good. Clear?
Yeah.
Another type of problems or barriers to communication is jargon. We talk about jargon. Jargon means you are using some terms, some vocabulary that nobody understands. Before now, before I started teaching you business, let's say for like some 3 weeks ago, when we talk about shareholders and these things, you were like, what's this saying? Yes or no?
Yeah, I don't know what they're...
You don't know it. They are jargons then. That's jargon. Because I'm using some vocabulary that you don't understand. But these days when I mention these things, when I use this vocabulary, you understand.
I understand.
Because they are terminologies. So when you use terminologies that are not what you are familiar with, then you see like, what's this saying? It's saying jargon. Is it clear?
Clear.
Distraction. Communication will break down if there are distractions in the communication process. An obvious distraction is noise. So most of the time, for me as a teacher, the first thing I don't like in my class is students making noise because it distracts me.
Or distraction.
And when there's distraction, it takes the focus of the teachers even away. And students become, lost in the middle. So the only thing I don't like my students to do is to make noise. Because noise brings interference. And it's also distracting. It doesn't allow me to really think about how best I can communicate with my students. And one of the problems about communication is you not having that vocabulary, you not having that skills to encode information. But I have the skills, but noise is distracting me from utilizing my skills. So that's why in my class I keep telling my students they don't make noise. I don't like it when they make noise. Noise is not the same as asking questions. I want you to ask me as much as you like, as much as you want questions, as much as many questions you want to ask, you can. But the point is, you don't disturb my class, because when you disturb my class, you distract me, you distract my students. And that makes communication not to be effective. Is it clear?
Yes.
Business culture. For business culture, we're talking about how we do in our organization, our ways in our organization. Some companies they lack communication process, they lack effective communication. They don't care about communication. They just leave as it goes. Some companies do not have that time.
Make it poor business?
Yeah, it could affect the business anyway. But the point here is how they relate with each other within the organization. There's no communication, there's communication gap within the organization because they do not try to pass information across to each other.
Yeah.
So that's a business culture. Clear? Is it clear, please?
Very clear.
Long chain of command. When we talk about chain of command, we're talking about how information is being passed across from the subordinates to from the top hierarchy to lower to the hierarchy.
Yeah.
From the top to the low hierarchy. That is what chain of command is. From the top manager to the subordinate. That is hierarchy. So if there's a long chain of command, a long chain of command brings about
too many commands. Basically that.
Then it brings about narrow span of control.
So many commands, so many information that.
So it's a narrow span of control. So it means you have.
As an employee, I don't know what to do with that information. It's too big.
It's too long. You have a long chain.
Over exaggerated.
You have a lot of managers.
You felt it's more over exaggerated. How you can do.
You lost out in the middle because you have a lot of managers to deal with. That is long chain.
Exactly.
You have different different hierarchy that you have to communicate with. Unlike a short chain, a short chain of command allows you it brings the subordinate closer to the manager.
Yeah.
But a long chain takes the manager away from the subordinate. Do you get it? So managers are always subordinates are always remote to managers in long chain of command. But a short chain of command, they have a wider span of control though, but managers are always closer to subordinates. And if subordinates are far away from managers, this might bring about poor communication. Do you get it?
Yeah, I understand.
Using the wrong medium. Communication needs a medium, the channel of passing the information. I am teaching you right now. I can't just write the notes and send to you. That is not the right channel.
Yeah.
It is face to face.
Of course, I will not understand with the written communication.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
So you have to understand the kind of communication you are using and the effective method to use that communication. That is what using the wrong medium is. So if you are using the wrong medium, you are not using the right medium for the right information, then it will become poor. Is it clear?
So if I don't use, so basically what it meant is that
you should understand the kind of communication and what suits such communication. The main example of confidential information. For confidential information, it has to be written in a letter, sealed, stamped, to be delivered to the receiver. It's confidential. No one should see it except the person that the letter should be delivered to. You get it? Sensitive information. These ones should be communicated face to face. I want to query you. I want to correct you about some things. I should do that face to face with you. So as to get a response through your body language. Clear? Is it clear, please?
Do
you understand, please? So these are medium. Then we go to different countries, languages, and culture. That's another problem about communication. Different countries. Because this is Nigeria, or this is Libya, and you need to communicate with someone in America. Someone in America might be sleeping right now.
Yeah.
So we have different countries.
Time barriers.
So the time barrier is because of different countries. Clear?
Yeah.
Languages. If we're not using English, if I have to communicate with you with my language, how will you understand?
I will not understand.
And if you have to communicate with me with Arabic, will I be able to understand?
No.
So we need
one language to understand to each other.
So if language is also a barrier. So without a common language, then it becomes difficult to communicate. Clear?
Clear.
Cultures. So culture is also part of barriers, because for culture, we're simply talking about our beliefs, our way of life towards communication.
Yeah.
Oh, you cannot communicate this way. Oh, this is the way we have to communicate. So if you are not communicating in the right way, you won't be getting the right feedback. People will ignore you.
Really? Why?
Like, okay, for example, like as Muslims, you have to salam. Okay, but some people will without salam, without that religious